Imagine a courtroom frozen in shock as a young girl looks up at the judge and declares, "You're my mom." What started as a routine custody case turned into a life-changing moment no one could have predicted. The twists and turns in this story will leave you speechless. In the bustling city of Atlanta, Judge Olivia Brooks, a no-nonsense family court judge known for her compassion and fairness, began another day on the bench. Olivia, a 43-year-old black woman with a calm yet commanding presence, had seen countless cases involving broken families and custody disputes. On this particular day, she was presiding over a case involving 10-year-old Tasha Walker. The young girl had been placed in foster care after her mother, Simone, struggled with substance abuse and legal troubles. The courtroom buzzed as Simone, accompanied by her attorney, pleaded for custody. Across the room sat Tasha's foster parents, the Thompsons, a kind but nervous couple who wanted to adopt Tasha. As the hearing progressed, Olivia noticed how quiet Tasha was, her small frame dwarfed by the large courtroom chair. Despite her silence, Tasha's piercing brown eyes seemed to take in everything. "Tasha," Olivia said gently, "would you like to say anything about where you'd like to live?" Tasha hesitated, her voice barely above a whisper. "I want to stay with the Thompsons. But there's something else." Olivia leaned forward. "You can tell me anything, sweetheart." Tasha hesitated for a moment before blurting out, "You're my mom." The courtroom fell silent. Gasps rippled through the crowd as all eyes turned to Olivia, who froze in disbelief. "Excuse me," Olivia said, her voice steady but tinged with confusion. "You're my mom," Tasha repeated, her voice louder now. "I know it." Simone's attorney immediately objected. "Your Honor, this has nothing to do with the case." The Thompsons exchanged bewildered glances, unsure of what to say. Olivia took a deep breath, regaining her composure. "Tasha, why do you think I'm your mom?" Tasha pulled out a small photograph from her pocket and handed it to the bailiff. It was a worn picture of a younger Olivia holding a baby. Olivia's heart stopped as she examined the photo. It was unmistakably her, taken nearly 11 years ago. She looked at Tasha, her mind racing. Could it be possible? Years ago, during her early career, Olivia had briefly cared for a child in a mentoring program while in law school. Could Tasha be that child? "I'm calling a recess," Olivia announced, her voice steady despite the whirlwind of emotions inside her. As the courtroom emptied, Olivia retreated to her chambers, clutching the photograph. She contacted her clerk and demanded more information about Tasha's background. The clerk returned with Tasha's case file, which revealed something astonishing. Tasha's birth records were incomplete, but the name of a woman who had once served as her temporary guardian matched Olivia's college records. Tears welled in Olivia's eyes. "How could I have not known?" she whispered to herself. During the recess, Olivia requested a private meeting with Tasha. Sitting across from the little girl, she asked gently, "Tasha, where did you get this photo?" "My mom gave it to me before things got bad," Tasha said. "She told me to keep it because one day, I might need it." Olivia's heart broke as she realized the depth of Tasha's longing and the mysterious connection between them. As Olivia pieced together the fragments of her past and Tasha's story, the courtroom prepared for a return unlike any other. What Olivia would reveal next would change everything. After recess, the courtroom was tense with anticipation. Olivia returned to the bench, her expression calm yet unreadable. "Let's continue," she said, her voice steady despite the emotions churning inside her. Tasha looked at her with hopeful eyes, while Simone, the Thompsons, and their attorneys exchanged nervous glances. Before resuming the formal proceedings, Olivia addressed the court. "I need to disclose something that has come to light during recess. I have discovered that I share a personal connection with a minor involved in this case." A murmur spread through the room as Olivia continued. "Many years ago, I served as a temporary guardian to Tasha during my time in law school. While I was unaware of this connection until today, it is a fact that must be addressed." Gasps filled the courtroom. Simone's attorney stood abruptly. "Your Honor, this creates a clear conflict of interest. You must recuse yourself immediately." Olivia nodded, expecting the objection. "You are correct, Counselor. I cannot proceed with this case as the presiding judge. However, my responsibility as a judge and a person compels me to ensure Tasha's best interests are protected." Simone's attorney pushed further. "You cannot use your position to influence the outcome of this case. I have no intention of doing so, Olivia said firmly. I will step down and request another judge be assigned to oversee this matter impartially. As Olivia prepared to leave the bench, Tasha stood abruptly, her small voice cutting through the courtroom. Please don't go, she cried. You're the only one who listens. You're the only one who cares. Tasha's outburst brought tears to many eyes in the room, including Olivia's. The judge paused, looking at the girl with a mix of love and heartbreak. I promise, Tasha, Olivia said softly, I'll still be here for you. No matter what happens. The case was reassigned to Judge Edward Holmes, known for his methodical approach. Holmes wasted no time reviewing the details and called for a continuation the following day. Behind the scenes, Olivia worked tirelessly, contacting social workers and reviewing old files to learn more about Tasha's life and how she could help outside the courtroom. That night, Olivia reflected on Simone's situation. As a recovering addict, Simone had made progress, but doubts lingered about her ability to provide a stable home for Tasha. Olivia decided to reach out to Simone directly. I know you love your daughter, Olivia said during a private meeting. But love alone isn't always enough. She needs stability. Simone's eyes filled with tears. I just want a chance to make things right. While reviewing the case file, Olivia uncovered a troubling detail. Simone had been pressured into giving Tasha up by a relative who had since disappeared. The discovery raised questions about whether Simone's initial separation from Tasha had been entirely voluntary. I need to know the truth, Olivia thought, determined to get to the bottom of it. The following day, Olivia visited the Thompsons. Despite their nervousness, they welcomed her warmly. We love Tasha, Mrs. Thompson said. She's become part of our family. But we also know she has questions about her past, and we want to do what's best for her. Olivia appreciated their honesty and commitment. It's clear that you care for her deeply, she said. But this decision must be made with her well-being as the priority. Olivia's investigation into the Thompsons revealed something surprising. While the couple appeared loving and genuine, their sudden decision to adopt Tasha coincided with a financial incentive from the foster care agency. In a meeting with the agency's director, Olivia learned, the Thompsons were struggling financially, and adopting Tasha came with a subsidy that would help them stay afloat. Though the subsidy was legal, it raised questions about their motivations. Are they in this for Tasha, Olivia wondered, or to save themselves? The next day, Olivia met with the Thompsons privately. I need to ask you something, she began. Why did you decide to adopt Tasha? Mrs. Thompson hesitated before replying. We love her. She's brought so much joy to our lives. Yes, the subsidy helps, but that's not why we want her to stay with us. Her husband added, we're not perfect, but we're committed to giving her the life she deserves. Olivia sensed their sincerity but couldn't shake her doubts. Meanwhile, Olivia arranged another meeting with Simone. I need to know what happened when you gave up Tasha, she said gently. Simone broke down in tears. My sister convinced me it was best. She said I wasn't fit to be a mother, and I believed her. But I've worked so hard to turn my life around. I want my daughter back. Olivia's heart ached. Simone, she said softly, if you want to reunite with Tasha, you'll need to prove that you can provide her with a stable environment. Simone nodded. I'll do whatever it takes. During a follow-up court session, Judge Holmes invited Tasha to speak again. Tasha, this is about your future, he said. How do you feel about staying with the Thompsons or returning to your mother? Tasha looked at the judge, her voice steady but filled with emotion. I love the Thompsons, but I still miss my mom. I just want to feel safe and loved. Her words moved everyone in the room, including Olivia, who watched from the gallery. Later that evening, Olivia had an idea. She called Gloria for advice. Can I legally petition for guardianship of Tasha? Olivia asked. Gloria was stunned. You'd have to prove it's in her best interest, and it might raise questions about impartiality. Are you ready for that kind of scrutiny? I don't care about the scrutiny, Olivia said firmly. I just want to give her a chance at the life she deserves. When Olivia brought up the idea in court, it caused an uproar. Simone's attorney objected. This is highly irregular. Judge Brooks cannot suddenly become a party in this case. Judge Holmes intervened. While unconventional, Judge Brooks has a unique connection to this child. I'll allow her petition to be reviewed. The room buzzed with tension as Olivia stepped forward. This isn't about me. It's about what Tasha needs. I'm willing to open my home to her, whether it's temporary or permanent. Judge Holmes called for a recess to allow Tasha time to process. During the break, Olivia found Tasha sitting alone in the hallway. "Tasha," Olivia said, kneeling beside her. "I don't want to confuse you or make things harder. I just want you to know that whatever happens, I'll always care about you." Tasha looked at Olivia, her eyes filled with tears. "I just want to be with someone who really loves me. I feel like I've been lost my whole life." Olivia hugged her tightly. "You're not lost anymore." When the court reconvened, Judge Holmes announced his ruling. Simone would be granted a year-long probationary period to prove her stability, during which Tasha would stay with Olivia as her legal guardian. The Thompsons, though disappointed, supported the decision. "We'll always be here for Tasha," Mrs. Thompson said, tears streaming down her face. The first few weeks of Tasha living with Olivia were filled with highs and lows. Olivia worked hard to balance her demanding career with being a mother figure to Tasha. Tasha, though grateful, struggled with feelings of abandonment and uncertainty. One evening, as Olivia helped her with homework, Tasha hesitated and asked, "Will you ever send me away?" Olivia's heart broke. She knelt beside Tasha and said firmly, "You're safe here, Tasha. I'm not going anywhere, and neither are you." One afternoon, as Olivia and Tasha were preparing dinner, the doorbell rang. Olivia opened the door to find a man she hadn't seen in over 15 years, Michael Donovan, her ex-boyfriend from law school. "Michael," Olivia said, stunned. "Hi, Olivia," Michael replied, his voice filled with regret. "We need to talk. It's about Tasha." Over coffee, Michael explained that during their brief relationship in law school, he had fathered a child with another woman, a woman who turned out to be Simone, Tasha's biological mother. "I didn't know about Tasha until recently," Michael confessed. "Simone reached out to me when she found out Tasha was in foster care." Olivia's mind raced. "Why are you here now?" "Because I want to be part of Tasha's life," Michael said earnestly. "I know I've made mistakes, but I want to do what's right." Olivia wrestled with the news. Allowing Michael into Tasha's life could complicate an already fragile situation, but she also knew Tasha deserved to know her father. That evening, Olivia sat with Tasha and gently broached the topic. "Tasha, there's someone who wants to meet you. It's your biological father." Tasha's eyes widened. "My dad. But why now?" "He didn't know about you until recently," Olivia said. "But he wants to meet you, if you're okay with that." Tasha hesitated but eventually nodded. "I want to meet him." The next weekend, Michael visited Olivia's home to meet Tasha. The interaction was awkward at first, but Michael's genuine warmth began to break through Tasha's defenses. "I'm sorry I wasn't there for you," Michael said, his voice thick with emotion. "But I want to make up for lost time, if you'll let me." Tasha looked at Olivia for reassurance before saying, "Okay. But only if Olivia's there, too." Over the next few months, Michael became a regular presence in Tasha's life. He attended school events, helped with projects, and worked to earn her trust. At the same time, Olivia began to notice a shift in Tasha. The girl who once seemed hesitant and guarded was now smiling more, her laughter filling the house. However, Simone's probationary period loomed over them all. When Olivia invited Michael to discuss Tasha's future, Simone showed up unannounced. "I heard you've been seeing Tasha," Simone said, her tone sharp. Michael nodded. "I'm her father. I have a right to be in her life." Simone bristled. "You have no idea what I've been through to protect her." Olivia intervened, her voice calm but firm. "This isn't about us. It's about what's best for Tasha. We need to work together." As the probation period ended, the court reconvened to determine Tasha's permanent placement. Judge Holmes listened to heartfelt testimonies from Olivia, Michael, and Simone. In a stunning decision, Holmes ruled that Tasha would remain under Olivia's guardianship, with Michael and Simone granted supervised visitation rights to ensure stability. Tasha hugged Olivia tightly after the ruling. "Does this mean I get to stay with you?" Olivia smiled, tears streaming down her face. "Yes, it does. You're home, Tasha." With the legal battle behind them, Olivia, Tasha, Michael, and Simone began the delicate process of co-parenting. It wasn't easy, but they were all committed to giving Tasha the love and support she deserved. One evening, as they gathered for dinner, Tasha looked around the table and said, I finally feel like I have a family. If this story moved you, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments what family means to you.